Welcome back to my channel. If you're already subscribed, and if you're not, don't forget to do so before you get to the end of this video.
I do what I want, you do what you can. I just want this money, I don't want your mans.
Today's video is going to be a story time. I'm going to be telling you guys about the time I got robbed. Yes, you heard me correctly, I was robbed. Now, this was a very traumatic experience for me. Like, I never used to want to talk about it to people at first because I felt not safe. You don't expect something like that to happen to you. You're just going about your day, minding your business, not bothering nobody. You don't expect nobody to just run up on you and just take your stuff from you. Like, you don't expect that. So I just want y'all to know that it's actually taking a lot right now for me to actually sit down right here and tell y'all this story. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Now, I was robbed at work. So let me start this story from the beginning. It was July 15th, 2020. This year, this was just months ago, like a week before my 18th birthday. I worked as a secretary for this company. I'm not gonna call the name. And I was in the office. Like, I worked in the office. Now, this office, right? This office was a shack, bro. Like, that office was a shack. Like, no security, like nothing, like no cameras, no security, no nothing. And I used to be in there like by myself, like what the hell. But I had a coworker around this time. She was new. She was there for like a couple of weeks. She just came in, right? And then on this particular day, she didn't come to work. And that was the day that payroll was, we used to deal with the payroll, like we paid the employees or whatever because we worked in the office. And listen, when we used to deal with cash in the office, no one, like, there was never no issues with nobody robbing or, you know, running up in there or taking our stuff, none of that. But we started paying people electronically, like not with cash anymore. Like, we don't bring cash to the office anymore. Like, the only people who would get paid cash was the people who worked in the office when my boss would come and pay us. This particular day, my coworker didn't come to work, so it was just me in the office. And my boss, he came in. It was about 4 p.m. You know, we about to close the office. Office closed at 5 o'clock. It's a Friday afternoon. We're doing payroll. We done send all the money to whoever gotta get paid down at the bank. All the money's done sent. He just came in to pay me and 2 other office employees, the girl who didn't come to work that day and another dude. So that wasn't even a lot of cash. That was probably like $2,000, like probably $2,000 cash he had on him to pay all 3 of us. So he came in and it's 4 o'clock right now. We have this rule on Fridays. From the beginning, when we used to do payroll with cash, like on Friday afternoons, nobody comes in the office, nobody goes out of the office until we're done dealing with the money because, you know, safety. Like, we don't have no security. So it would be like, if anybody knocked the door, I don't care if your mommy knocking the door, your daddy knocking the door, you do not open the door for anybody. So this Friday, it was me inside, my boss inside, and there are 2 other supervisors who actually go out and do work, and only one of them was in there with us at that time. So we was, you know, dealing with the money, counting up, you know how that go. And then there was a knock at the door. We ignoring this knock because, you know, you're not supposed to open the door for nobody. So we ignoring this knock. And then the knock stopped. We thought the person left. So the supervisor who was in there with me and my boss, he was about to leave. He was like, all right, we done dealt with everything, you know, ready to go home. It's the weekend. He ready to go home to his family. As he was walking towards the door, somebody knocked the door. So he, like, how this place is, when I tell this place is a shack, like, they got a door and they got a window. So, like, you gotta look through the window to see who outside. So he just peeked through the window, right? And I think he could have saw someone's feet or whatever. And I guess somebody was supposed to come to the office and meet my boss or whatever. So he thought that's who was supposed to come and meet my boss at the office. So he said, oh, that's so-and-so. There ain't nobody, that's so-and-so. And he opened the door. And y'all, how this office set up, right? It's 2 rooms. There's, like, you walk in the front door and then there's this empty room. But it wasn't empty no more. That's where that girl desk was. The other girl, her desk was, but she wasn't there. And then there was my office in the back. And my door, I could see straight to the front door how I had my desk set up, like. And I was literally, like, everybody was literally packing up, about to go home. Like, I was standing up. I had just took my phone out charge, like, plug out the charge, and I had my phone on the desk, had my laptop on the desk, I had my purse on the desk, everything on the desk. I'm about to leave. I just texted my dad, and I was like, hey, Daddy, I'm ready. You come pick me up. And then I was standing behind the desk, literally packing my stuff up while Mr. Supervisor was opening the door, and all I see is somebody. I see him fall on the ground, right? And, like, everything was happening so slow, y'all. No joke, like, everything was happening so slow. Like, I didn't even realize I was getting robbed until after I get robbed. Like, what the hell? So he dropped on the floor, right? And I was just looking at him on the ground, like, just happened? Like, what just happened? I didn't really know. And I hearing something happening. I'm hearing two guys inside, and they're like, give me the money, give me the money. And then I look up, and it's two dudes. There's like a taller one and a shorter one, and they got guns. And I'm like, whoa, they got guns. Like, in my head, it's not clicking to me that I'm getting robbed. Like, I could have died that day. I really could have died that day, like, because I was so out of it. Like, they came inside and they pointed a gun at my boss and they pointed a gun at me, and they was like, give us the money, give us the money. I ain't saying nothing because, you know, I ain't really on earth, so I ain't really saying nothing. And I hear my boss saying, oh, he sent all the money to the bank, there's no money here. He sent all the money to the bank, there's no money here. And we had put the money in the drawer, the money for the other girl and the guy in the drawer. And the guy pushed me out the way. One of them pushed me out the way, and he went in the drawer. He took the money, and they do this so fast. He pick up my, when I realized we was getting robbed, like when I see him take out the money, I was like trying to look out for my stuff. I look on the desk, my bag gone, my phone gone, everything gone. These dudes don't pick up everything, swipe with the fox, pick up everything. And that day, I was gonna do someone's hair. I was gonna do a girl's hair. So I had a Nike backpack with my blow dryer, my flat iron, all my combs, my brushes, everything that I used to do my hair was inside that bag. They probably assumed money was in that bag, and he just like, I look at the bag and I look at him, and then he look at the bag and he look at me, then he just pick up the bag, and I was like, oh man, oh man, and then I started to become afraid now. So I was like, okay, can I have my purse back? I was like, I don't have any money in my purse. Can I please have my purse back? And I started crying like real tears. Like, I was like, can I please have my purse back? Please, can I have my purse back? Because all my medication in my purse, all my IDs in my purse, everything, all my essentials was in my purse. Like, he could have taken my phone. I could buy another phone back. Like, he could have taken my phone. Like, take my phone. I could buy another phone back or whatever. But y'all know how long it is taking me to get my cards. We are in September. That happened in July, and I still didn't get none of my cards yet. It's still processing, and it's taking really long to get all my IDs and stuff back. Like, y'all could have taken my phone, but leave my IDs and stuff, my essential stuff. And how those dudes came in, right? They came in like, at first I thought those was like workers, because, okay, it's a construction company I was working for or whatever. And the dudes came in, you know how people would tie a shirt around their head, like workers, like a construction worker would tie a shirt around their head, like if he working in the dust or whatever. That's how they came in there, like with shirts around their head. So when they came in there, I was like, oh, these are workers, until they started pointing guns at us. Like, where I was standing, I could have pissed myself right there. Like, I have never seen a gun, none of that stuff. And this gun was pointed right in my face. Like, I was face to face, like I was looking at this gun. And I was just like, I was so scared. I was shaking, and like, I don't even know what my thought process was. I think I was blank. I don't think I was thinking anything. Like, I was so scared. I was so scared. So they don't pick up everything, and when I'm crying, and I'm like, yo, please, can I get my bag back? Like, ain't nothing in there. I don't have no money. Like, give me my bag. And then he pointed a gun in my face. Like, he put a gun on my head. Like, he was like, shut up before I kill you. Well, you know what I did? I shut up because I didn't want nobody to kill me. So I shut my mouth. Now my boss was sitting on the other sade of the desk, and they hear opening up all the cabinets, everything. They looking for money. Like, we don't even keep money in this old rundown shack. Like, why would we keep money in this shack of our office? This thing literally made out of wood. Low security. Why would we keep money in here? They just looking for money. When they realized they're not finding anything, they was like going through my boss' pockets. Now my boss is a big time baller. He's a big baller. Like, you could look at the vehicles he drive. Like, he literally he made himself a target with the type of vehicles he drive. Like, you driving those type of rides, they gonna want to rob you. I'm just letting you know. So they was like going through his pockets and stuff. They was like, give us the money. Now he took out his wallet. Like he did a smart thing. He took out his wallet, and then he just grabbed all his IDs out and his cards, his bank cards and everything. And he had like probably $500 cash or whatever inside the wallet. He just threw the wallet at them, right? And they left. Like, they ran out, they left. Now my boss, he ran out there behind them. Because they had a car waiting outside for them. He ran out there behind them. He hopped in his ride, and they drove off, and he followed them in his ride. He followed them. What he told me, like, after, when we talk about it after, he followed them all the way basically to their house. Because what happened was, whoever was driving the car, they drove into this bush to try to like get him off their tail, but he still followed them in there. And then one of the guys hopped out. He hopped out with my bags, with my stuff. He had both of my bags, and he ran through the bush, and my boss followed him through the bush, and he was like dropping stuff while he was trying to get away. So like, they recovered most of my stuff. They recovered They recovered my hair stuff. Some of my medications got recovered. My purse, I had a red purse that got recovered. The police ended up having that. They kept that as evidence or whatever, and that's how that day went. Like, I was so scared. There is an apartment complex next to the office, and when people who live in the apartment complex, they were outside, and they say they literally watched those dudes knock that door, stand up out there knocking that door. It was them who was knocking the door from that time. Stand up out there, knock the door, and they thought the same thing I thought. They thought that was workers. It's only after when they see the guys running out with our stuff that they realize, all right, they just robbed that place. Because had they known that it was robbers before, they could have called the police or whatever. You know, the police could have meet them there. But nobody was thinking like that, I guess. After my boss drove away behind those dudes, I was hyperventilating. Like, I could not breathe. I was crying. I was hysterical. Like, I was shaking. Like, oh my God, that really just happened to me. Like, it did not feel real. So I walk outside the office, and people outside, they're trying to console me, but I'm not having it. And then coincidentally, I see my sister driving down. The office on the highway, and she was driving down the highway, and like, I was so out of it. I see her car, and I just started walking in the middle of the road. Like, cars had to stop. They was honking to let me pass. I could have got hit by a car. I just walked in the middle of the road to her, and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I just get robbed, you know, crying or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I explained to her what happened. And, you know, when you put two and two together, it sounded like, it really did sound like a setup. It really, really sounded like a setup. And everybody who I tell this story to, when they, you know, connect the dots, they say the same thing. It was probably a setup. And, you know, Provo is so small. Provo is so small. There's a 90% chance that I know exactly who those two guys were who robbed me that day. But the police just don't be on their toes about these stuff. That happened July 15th. July 16th, me and my boss went and we made our statements. They said they were gonna call us on July 17th to follow up about everything, because we was gonna press charges and whatever. And nothing. I just never heard from the police after that. They said they were gonna call me to come in, claim my stuff, get my stuff. Never heard anything. It's September. It is September. Today is September 23rd. I'm filming this video, and I have not heard anything from the police after that. I don't even work at that place no more. I literally quit. I quit because I fear for my safety at that job. I be getting threats at that job. I quit, and I still ain't heard nothing from the police. And I mean, after that happened, like, I went through some stuff for a while, for like weeks after that happened. Every time I look at a door, because how the scene happened, like how I saw it happen when they came through the door and came at me with a gun, like, every time I look at a door, like, I be in my house, like, I be in my room on my bed, and I look at my bedroom door, and it just replay in my head again. Like, that happened. Like, they bust through the door with their guns, and that was happening for weeks. I was having nightmares, couldn't sleep because of that. It was really, really crazy. Until I started talking about it, like, talking to my friends about it, talking to people about it, you know, talking about it. And I don't have those nightmares no more. It be daytime, and I'm just staring at a door, and I see those two dudes bust inside with their guns. But it doesn't happen anymore. That's how I built up the courage to make this video and share this experience with y'all. I wouldn't wish that to happen to my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that to happen to nobody. That is so scary. And to people who that has happened to before, and y'all, like, still, you know, all right and carrying on with y'all life, y'all are strong. Kudos to y'all. Cause I was ready to shut down. I was like, why me? And what hurt the most about it was a week before my birthday. Like, I had got all my funds straight, everything straight. Money, set aside to pay for this for my birthday. Money set aside to pay for this for my birthday. You know, I didn't have no extra expenses to make, you know. But bro, y'all stole my phone. And I have a business. I can't stay without a cell phone. I need a cell phone. I gotta stay on top of my stuff. I need a cell phone. So I had to, like, change my birthday plans, rearrange, alter everything so I could get money to buy my phone, buy a new phone, to buy back my stuff, buy back my medication, all of that stuff. And it was a lot. Like, that was a lot. And I could say, honestly, ever since I started working at that place, nothing good happened to me. Nothing good. I say this to everybody. Nothing good happened to me ever since I started working at that place. And I'm so glad I don't work there no more. Honestly, it's been a month since I stopped working there. I can't do that. No. I think our young men really need to put down these guns. Like, I hate guns. I think y'all really need to put down these guns, because y'all ain't doing no good with them. That was very scary for me. Like, why would you want to put fear in somebody like that? I am so small. I am so defenseless. Like, if I was someone else coming to rob me, I would look at me and I would feel sorry for me and I would just leave me alone. Like, she don't need that in her life. I would just leave me alone. But no, they took all my stuff, left me with nada. I'm grateful for life. I'm thankful that I'm alive. I wasn't hurt. They didn't shoot at me, even though that guy said he was gonna kill me if I didn't shut up. Like, I'm just grateful for that, because there are people who, like, even recently have been robbed for basically nothing and either lost their life or they're hurt, you know, in hospital in critical condition, you know, bullet wounds, all that stuff. So I'm just glad that God kept me safe, because that would have been a whole other story right there if I had gotten shot. Like, wow, I can't even imagine how traumatic that would have been. So I'm just thankful that I'm okay. It could have been worse. You know, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to sit here and actually share this story with y'all, because some people this happened to, they in the grave, they can't tell y'all what happened to them, and that's very, very sad. All right, y'all, that's the end of this video. That's the end of my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if y'all like my story times. I have a lot of juicy stories I could be sharing with y'all. Just let me know if y'all want to hear it. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. Please interact with me. Get active. I'm cool. Talk to me. Come on. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.